Hi again, everyone. I'm Olliemathews. This is Societal Narcissism. This video is sponsored by contribution from Corey. Corey gives a monthly contribution, which I will use for this video. Before I get to the content, please go to the description box of this video. Click on the Rumble link. I ask everybody to watch the Rumble version as I'm still monetized over there, and it'll help with the channel greatly. Sorry I didn't get started sooner. I looked at the weather report. It's going to be raining the next 3 days, so I wanted to get my workout in, and unfortunately I got like a massive Charlie horse in my left calf like 5 days ago. I mean, it was a bad one, and I have had a knot inside that calf, and it has been screaming for fire. I arrested it, and then I worked out on it for 2 days, and I think I kind of made it, I didn't help it. So really the only thing I could do is kneel on the paddle board and paddle around. So that's basically what I've been doing. But the next couple days, it's just going to be out of the question. The weather's going to be so bad. So that's what was going on today. Now, before I get to what the video that we're gonna go through with Tulsi and what's been going on with Russiagate, and again, stuff we already knew. I do want to mention, because when I took the little 2 week break, I've got a couple emails, comments, about Epstein, and have I given up? And look, I'm not backing off Epstein. I'm not backing off. I'm not letting it go. Hell no. Now, whatever's going on, we obviously know what the source is, what the source always is. And I'm going to give Trump a little leeway here. Okay? Because I really think with what Tulsi Gabbard is releasing with the Russiagate, and those who don't know, Tulsi Gabbard is the director of national intelligence for the country. She controls basically all I think she controls something like 16, 17 different agencies, intelligence agencies, all report to her. And, I'm going to play the video, basically, dropped all the evidence that this was all Obama, that it was all lies. They knew it was lies. They hid the intelligence. They canceled briefings. The whole thing has been an ongoing coup starting in 2016. And this is why the statute of limitations hasn't run out on any of it, because in order for a statute of limitations to run out, the crime has to end. There has to be some acknowledgement of it, and you're not doing it anymore. That never happened. And people saying that, well, since Trump got immunity, well, it applies to Obama. Well, sure, it does. But that only applies to what Obama did as president. Once Obama left office in January of 2017, that's it. Everything he does from that point on is prosecutable. And that's what I'm trying, and that's what I'm telling you, this Epstein and Iran and what you're seeing now with Russiagate, it's all interconnected. Because remember who they tried to throw under the bus about when Trump went in and bombed Iran. And I wasn't happy. I still don't know what the end result's going to be in that. So anybody going out spiking the football on that, boy, you're premature. But remember, they were saying, Tulsi Gabbard went in front of Congress and she said that Iran didn't have these nuclear capabilities, and the intelligence is this. And you were hearing for like a week, so Trump's going to fire Tulsi, he's going to get rid of her. They were trying, and it was like they were doing everything they could to delegitimize her, to try to get Trump to get rid of her. Why? Because they probably knew where this all started, where this all leads to. So they were trying to take out multiple birds with one stone here. Not only do they get to start another war, They get to bomb Iran, try to do regime change. They get to cover Epstein's crimes and cover their asses on Russiagate. It's all interconnect, all of it. All of it. This is why you see all these politicians, all these Democrat politicians losing their minds, like Mark Warner and the rest of them, Schiff and the rest of them, because they know they're caught. They're busted. They're busted. They know Biden's, the pardons probably aren't going to be legitimate because of this auto pen thing. Biden doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know what planet he was on when he quote unquote got elected in 2020. How could any of his nominations be legitimate? His pudding brain. So they were trying to take out multiple birds with one stone here, and it's all interconnected. They've been trying to rip apart the MAGA base since its inception. And the Epstein one, I think the Epstein thing surprised Trump because it's pretty obvious. They slipped some garbage in there, obviously. They've been controlling this file now for 20 years. This didn't start in 2016. This started in 2005. That these people have been in control of that file. So they're trying to, if they had anything legitimate to release on Trump, believe me, they wouldn't have indicted him 96 times on bullshit charges. They would have indicted this, made him the face, indicted him for Epstein, made him the face of the entire scandal, and put it to bed. But they are juggling multiple scandals at the same time. If they actually had it on him, they'd have used it. They don't have it. So Trump probably saw what was in there and is like, this is complete and total bullshit. It's like, I'll tell my base, because his base usually has his back. Oh, it's bullshit, move on. It's not going to work on this one. Because I don't think he realized how involved his base is with the whole Epstein issue. I'm sure his son Don Jr. explained it to him like, no, you can't go down this road like this. But he's trying. I'm hoping and I'm thinking he's trying to bring Netanyahu to heel once and for all. He's trying, because the word all out of the White House is Trump can't stand Netanyahu. He's had it with him. He's had it with his bullshit. He thinks he's an out of control madman. He's had it with him. So again, we know what the head of the snake is. There's no coincidence. Not all the Epstein, Iran, and now the attack on Tulsi, and now what she's dropped. There's no way it's not all interconnected. Of course it is. Of course it is. So this was a video she did this afternoon. She's actually being interviewed by Trump's daughter-in-law, Laura, who's probably going to end up running for Senate in North Carolina. So let's get on with the video.
From former President Obama there. He's saying that none of this makes any sense, that this is...
Yeah, and Obama, of course, is, denying it all. I don't know nothing. I was just sitting in the White House listening to my Will Smith CD, that's Obama.
A distraction. What do you say to that?
It's the art of deflection coming from former President Obama as well.
And I'll tell you this, and you guys know on this channel I'm hard on women, especially hard on women politicians, but Tulsi's really good. She's amazing. She is on point. She don't get into some of these stupid scandals that even MTG gets into, or even worse, the Bunny Boiler, or Bobert, or the rest of, this woman is legit. She's military. If you ever saw her in her training, she is the real deal. So, very impressed with her. And I got to be honest, Trump's his Gen X cabinet members are killing it. Whether it's her, or Hegseth, or Rubio. Rubio has just been mind-blowing how good he's been. Like, he's finally figured out, like, wow, these boomers really are full of shit.
As well as his friends who are still in Congress today, and Senator Warner and Congressman Jim Himes, really all basically saying that exact same statement, which doesn't actually address the issue that was revealed in great detail in the over 100 documents that we released last week, and the documents that we will be releasing later this week, that point to the undeniable fact that you laid out in your introduction to this segment, is that the intelligence community had one assessment, that Russia did not have the intent or capability to try to impact the outcome of the U.S. election leading up to Election Day. The same assessment was made after Donald Trump was elected by the American people as president in 2016, defeating Hillary Clinton. And it wasn't until after that pulled President's Daily Brief document that you referenced that the Principals Committee was called in the National Security Council, and President Obama then directed Obama's DNI James Clapper to lead the effort to create this new intelligence community assessment.
So what she's saying is they had the assessment from their own intelligence, okay? Russia had nothing to do with this. They didn't, nor did they even have the desire nor the capability to pull this off. Obama basically just rips up that assessment, tells his DNI Clapper, who lied to Congress and got away with it, admitted he lied to Congress and got away with it. No, we got to figure out how to come up with a new way that Russia did it. This is what went down. This is the conspiracy that's been happening.
That detailed not if, but how Moscow attempted to influence the outcome of the U.S. election. So this is the thing that I think people should pay attention to, is neither the message from President Obama's office, neither the statements coming from Democrats in Congress today and their friends in the propaganda media. None of them are addressing this fact that there was a shift, a 180-degree shift from the intelligence community's assessment leading up to the election to the one that President Obama directed be produced after Donald Trump won the election.
That's important, because what she's saying in the mainstream media, they won't even acknowledge it. They have it as fact. They have the paperwork. They have the notes of them ignoring the real assessment of what was going on, so then they could prop up this false narrative
that completely contradicted those assessments that had come previously. The second thing I want to address that's very important, Laura, is that you in the clip that you played, you saw John Brennan, James Clapper, James Comey stated with high confidence this January intelligence community assessment that they drafted at the direction of President Obama. The fact is that they used already discredited information like the Steele dossier. They knew it was discredited at that time, yet they used it as a source for this document that they claim to have high confidence.
They are using information that they knew was discredited, that they knew was false. This is what the media will refuse to report. This is the director of national intelligence. She has it all. She has it all. This is what it was all about when we were bombing Iran and trying. Listen, they want Trump gone in the worst way. They want his whole movement delegitimized in the worst way. If they could take out multiple birds with one stone and blow shit up and do regime change and pacify Israel and give Israel what they want, great. Great for them.
They used intelligence that some of these intelligence community professionals rejected previously because of the lack of credibility and the lack of the ability to vet with any kind of confidence whether or not that information or intelligence was accurate and could be used for an assessment. There's a long laundry list of facts and intelligence reporting that directly contradict the statement coming from President Obama's office and those who are trying to deflect away from what actually happened, which was after Donald Trump was elected, led by President Obama, there was an effort to create a document that would serve as a foundation for what would be a years-long coup against President Trump, therefore trying to subvert the will of the American people who sent him to the White House in 2016?
Well,
and that's the entire. And that's why the statute of limitations has not run out, because it's all interconnected. The conspiracy is still going on until this day. Obama's only immunity is for what he did as president. Listen, he's still participating in the current conspiracy. Therefore, everything he did once he leaves office is prosecutable. So, nothing is coincidental that goes on in this society right now, especially not in American politics, and not in any politics that's going on in any what they would consider a Western culture. Not here, not Canada, certainly not anywhere in Europe, outside of maybe, Poland, and a few of the other ex-communist bloc countries. That's it. So, and we know what the head of the snake. We know what the head of the snake is. Somehow, one foreign country just keeps being involved in the middle of it. I don't know. Sick of noticing, A lot of us are sick of noticing. So hang in there, people. Maybe, just maybe. And again, I'm not holding my breath. I'm not saying this is what's going to happen, and I guarantee we're going to finally, this is the moment. Not saying that. But if it's not, there ain't never going to be a moment. If this isn't the moment for accountability, there is never going to be one. And, my confidence on whether that's actually going to happen or not, with our corrupt judiciary, with the corrupt federal judges that we have, and again, been screaming about, telling you what the issue is the federal judges and the Senate. So, all right, everybody, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you, Amy, for your monthly contribution. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, something you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up a Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with either the Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, and email links in the description box below. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. Also, be sure to subscribe to both my channels on Rumble. And please, if you haven't watched the video on Rumble, please just give it a click over there. Even a click helps. Also, be sure to subscribe to me on X and Telegram as well. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been Societal Narcissism. Take care, everyone.